So here's the multi-posts, right? And here's my little 16-foot fence. And usually you just got jumper cables. I got the better ones. They're all in my quad and storage. But yeah, so here's the 3-in-1 reels. I like the Gallagher's. I think they call them maxi. They're just like this mega reel. They hold the bigger spools of polywire, like those other ones you'll see here shortly. You can just put up more fence. These ones I think you can only put up, I don't know, 4 wires, like 300 feet or something. But yeah, so there you go. And then the ones that I'm trying to get one of the big manufacturers to build, they'll have multiple wheels, so you won't need 2 posts here doing one fence and one fence. This, you know, one post will do this way, that way, and then the gate. And then obviously I want to get that auto gate. I want to get somebody producing that, because these are fine if you're here, and you know, but you know, if you're really getting on top of your game and you know, moving your animals a couple times a day, well then it's nice to have those auto gates. You just set them, and then, because the animals, they like you know, a routine or whatever. So here's my old posts here. These are like the German ones, right? And you know, you got to fiddle with it every time. You'll see the video of me playing with it. It slows me right down, right? And then the O'Briens, they got the finger that goes like this, so you put the wire back, down, and up, and you know, it's slightly faster than this, and but definitely no comparison to my the no drag post that I built and patented, obviously. But yeah, so I just did this one fence with the old post just to show. I'm going to do a shot of me trying to reel up all 1,400 feet on that little 3-to-1 reel, and then I'm going to compare it to all 1,400 feet on the other 3-in-1 reel I got that's on the no drag fence system. And then obviously I won't have to walk the fence. I'll just sit there and reel it in. But yeah, so, and then things like this, you see how this post I got out a little bit? I'll even straighten it out just for, you know, just to be a good sport about it when I try to compare the two. I know for a fact I can't reel it in. I've been doing this for so darn long at this, but I'll do it anyhow. So yeah, no. Then I did the corner braces because it doesn't interfere with the gate, like I said last time there. I used to have bungee cords on the back, but the thing on the bungee cords is they get caught up and you can't carry as many, and they, you know, throw them on the quad and stuff. It's just a flipping nightmare. Well, then here's the bigger reel, so that holds all the, I think there's 5,600 feet on there. So when I do four runs with this guy, I can do like 20 acres. But you need a big herd to, you know, chew down 20 acres in a day. Even if you're this, you know, you had a proper farm and you're trying to finish animals for you know, green grass raised, green grass finished beef, you know, you would be you still have to have a lot of head, and because you move so quickly, right? You know, if you're doing just like land clearing or fire, you know, clearing stuff out for fire prevention, then you're doing like apocalyptic annihilation, And so here's my clip, And then the thing I like about it too is it comes up real quick, and you hear that nice click sound. Like, that's very rewarding. I never thought of that when I was building it, but I just kind of discovered it after the fact when I was, you know, the first couple times I've tried it. So here's let's see if I can get a better shot here, like this. So here's going through bush, right? Okay, this is pretty heavily wooded. So, you know, I go through there with that little brush cutter. It'll cut a 3-inch tree like a blade of grass, but when you start getting 3-inch trees bunched up together, you know, you got to slow right down, and it takes a minute to chew through it. But it does a pretty nice job. And as you can see, if I go back and look back here, you know, it goes through, you kind of pick your path. But then, like, things like this, you know, you got to give that a lick with the chainsaw, the power saw. Give that a lick there, and you can, you know, because every little stick, if there's one stick touching this fence, it just starts sapping the power out of it. And you know, when you get one of your train one of your animals to respect electric fence, you want the fear of God in them every time they even so much as look at this thing. So you know, when they, that's the other thing I like. So here's the corner post. I was going to go 2 runs, but you know, it's only a couple hundred feet, so I thought I'll just use the bigger reel over there that I just shown and then do a direction change. So that's a direction change when you just turn these things like this, say. And yeah, so what was I saying? Oh yeah, the other thing I like with the brush mower is you mow all this down, and it doesn't give a reason for the animals to loiter by the fence, because as you can see, everything eatable is this way. This is more goat food here. You know, a cow would be like, he'd probably just be whining at you, bawling at you. But the other good thing about having, what was that? Having a runway through here for the smaller ruminants, anyhow, goats and sheep and whatnot. They use this as a little path to get a new attack on the forage, eh? So they can really give this stuff a real beat down. Because you see it, it's just all bush, eh? And you know, fire suppression, this is kind of what you got to do. And the first time is the hardest, okay? Like I did both these. I did 2 paddocks. I fully fenced one. I got one test fence of my no drag up there because I want to compare it to the old fencing. And this so I got 2 paddocks ready to go, and I got that one kind of half fenced. But this fence here, and each paddock's probably, you know, they're just small paddocks. They're probably maybe 3 acres. I would probably say a little less than that, but you never know. And but the thing is once you set your paddock up, the next day's move, or you know, if you're moving it twice daily, you're only moving 3 sides because you're building off your box. You know, your paddock is like a square or a rectangle. And let me change sides here. So you're only building 3 sides, and then one's a gate. You put your gate on. We'll see the gate up here. I never put a gate on the back side here. I didn't see a real need to. I think everybody gets the idea. And you know, the main thing is because I was going into bush here, like I'm kind of doing a demonstration on how to, you know, reclaim land or fire suppression. You know, the amount of money that we're gouged on fires every year, and the insurance and the government, you know, they just forward us the cost. So, you know, a little bit of elbow grease here, and you get some out. And you got to. I wish I still had my herd there. You know, it was this little micro herd, but I wish that you know, you could see them charge that gate as soon as I open that gate, boy. And you see this here, like this is tough stuff. Like you can't walk through that. And that mower just first gear, lock the hub, and it just, I think I got a couple shots on it. I'll make a video of it, and it just chews it right up, eh? And yeah, it does a. Now the thing is if you want to get all this stuff and start, you know, custom grazing, maybe get a lucrative government contract or something. You know, you got to learn everything I've learned over the years. And the one thing is that that little walk behind self-propelled forestry mulcher, it ain't quite as good out of the box. There's some definite improvements that one's got to do to make her do what I'm doing to it. And then so where am I going here? Yeah, so here's the fence here. This is the one I'm gonna test, the one that we just walked down. So you see my go like this. So there's the truck over there, and then there's that fence down there. So I'm gonna test. There's the old fence, or the old step-ins, I guess. They're still using my no drag, they're still using my multi-post. But how do I straighten this? There we go. Okay. So yeah, so I took 2 swipes down there. Normally I like 2 swipes, eh? And because I put the fence right in the middle, and in case there's something big and tall there, you know, the goats say they're dead determined and eaten. And the thing is you know, they'll eat up 6 feet as they stand on their hind legs, and they'll eat whatever they can reach. But things like here, let's see here if I can fix this. Things like this thing here, they'll get up on there and they'll all gang tackle it and they'll push it over and they'll eat every last green piece on there. And then so if they can push it over, they'll eat it. If they can stand up and eat it, if they can stand on each other and reach it, they'll eat it. And so here's my other gate, right? 16 feet. Now the one I'm going to get, one of the manufacturers that buys all this patent stuff, I'll get them to make it so it's 25 feet, eh? That's about as long as you can go before the ground really starts monkeying with you. And then that thing automatically winds it up, pulls it in, then you got 25 feet, and now you can get a nice big herd through there, not a problem. Because the thing is here, I'll show it. I'll put this down a little bit. I'll do a demo here. So the thing is you pull that up and you go this way, right? Because the fence, usually there's more fence going that way, and you stand behind the fence. So you got kind of like an escape route, eh? Because them animals, they just get retarded. You know, they go, oh, like, they know they're moving every day. They're moving, if not twice a day, but they just turn their brain off and just start running for it. And you know, little goats and sheep or nothing, they're not too bad. But when you get into the bigger animals, you know, they're a lot heavier than a man. They'll knock you down and make you think about it. But you see how I just putt right through here. Now you did see I gave this a lick with the chainsaw. But it's not like a all day affair. I go down there, I beat it, I give a beat down with the mower, come on back, it kind of cleans it up. And then things like this, like technically I could run the fence through there, but I like maximum. If my charger will put out 10,000 volts, forget how many joules it was a snap, let me tell you. If it'll put 10,000 volts out, I want 10,000 volts on that line. Like when I hear, I want it, like if I'm 400 feet away and an ear or a nose touches my fence, I want to hear a snap, and then I want to hear just an absolute cry of terror, and they know not to do it again. And now, of course, with this, here's another thing I've seen too. This has got to be the biggest anthill I've ever seen. I've seen some big anthills, but that one's a big one. So what was I saying here? I lost my train of thought. So this is all real nice, and oh, so for the beat down, the mowing, giving the trees a lick with the power saw there, and putting a few corner posts in, I think it took me like 2 hours, right? And so it's not really. And then the second time, if I come back through here, it gets easier and quicker to the point where, you know, you want it so it's all grass, where you know, you just run your quad where you want to go, and then put your step ins in the quad track, because it pushes the grass down in the forage, and it usually gives you your 7 to 9 inches, and that's your bottom line. And bottom line, if you should be running multi-herd. Like, you know, all these guys that are just cattle, they run cattle because they can run one wire, and you know, it's because they're lazy. Now the thing with cattle is cattle are great, love them, and but you can run a couple of goats or sheep without interfering with the amount of cattle you can run. Like on a place like this is pretty hard scrabble. I don't know if I'd really say that. There's a little bit of grass here. This is actually a lot better than my old farm for sure. Mine was raising rocks, but this one here, you know, I bet you could run, like, I'm looking at all this overgrown brush here, like 4 goats to 1 cow, easy, all day long. And you know, if you rotation, you know, you're heavy on your rotation, and just keep booking it, and come spring and, you know, the 2 growing seasons. So okay, so here's the end posts. So these are just dead end posts I put, because this is, I got one reel going this way, and then this is 2 sides of this one's 2 sides of the square. So, and then I was going to set this other thing up there, and yeah, whatever, everybody gets the point, you know. if you want to protect your town and you know, your house and your possessions and all the stuff you've worked a lifetime for, you know what? It's like, especially when a manufacturer starts manufacturing these clips. Here's why I want to get them on it right now. See this? It stays on the wheel. Right here. Am I showing that properly? It's got to stay on the wheel. So half the time it's like that. And these are just little metal clips, right? The manufacturer will be professional. It'll be flush with that wheel. You won't even see the nut or the bolt that I got holding it on there. And see, it doesn't even spin very nice. Like compared to the multi-post, which I just took store-bought wheels and stuck them on there more or less. See, look, they all come off. But you watch, I'll still be able to, even though half my wheels is kind of, you know, I threw them together and didn't do a very good job. You know, I can still reel it in from standing position. So here we go again here. Oh, well, that's the elevation change. So it's actually pushing. Am I showing that? So it's actually pushing up on the wheel. So if I put it up on top, you see it's not even on the wheel. All right. So that's what you want here. I had to change sides. And then here's another thing too. So this is a high spot. So you put your post on the high spot so the wire don't touch the ground. So you know, you do this a couple of months, you get real good at it, and then like I can tell exactly. I think I put in one or two posts, extra posts here, and because I can judge it pretty well. Like I know where the posts need to be, and I know how far apart they can be. And with the no drag, I can put the posts further away, like those old German ones. Wait a minute, did I how did I do this? I think I should have took a right back there. Yeah, because I already showed you. I'm pretty sure I already showed you that corner. I was using that as a direction change. Yeah, I'm more than sure I did. But yeah, and the other thing too is, you see, if I show this real good, like if you pull up, when you load it, hear that click? Oh, I love that click. You load it, it sits in there, but say you pull it up, it ain't going anywhere. But if I wanted to, if I had so much line out, I can't reel it in, or I ran out of these no drag posts and I got only the Germans or the, you know, the O'Briens. All I gotta do is push the wire against the post and up, click, sound. Still 10. I want you to see this. This is with the no drag. So you got like 200 feet of fencing that way, maybe 200 feet of that way. The reel is just hanging off the end post, has a counterweight. So if I went like this, you watch these reels. See that? They start to move. Not quite as dramatic as the first time, but it follows. If I had a drill press when I made the wheels on the no drag and had all the pins straight, where everyone spun like a proper bearing, you wouldn't have to even do this. It would just automatically tighten itself. So that's that. Okay. Well, 15-foot gauge. Pull that up. Pull that up. Yeah. Boom, let everybody in. Watch everybody. Make sure everybody's counted for. Everybody's in good health. Oh yeah, gotta have his stick in there. Look at this, it even tied a knot. At least I got that on camera. And there you have it. So it's just nice and simple, you know, keeping it cheap. That's the way it works. drag, gonna have to walk the fence a bit. Go. There's that one. Okay, so now for the old post. See how it goes. Before, yeah, I got a panel on. With 4 lines, the knot or the tie is right here. So it makes it easy. 3 lines would be on the other side, would be down there. 2 lines would be, the knot would be here. So got half a reel on there, so I kind of cheated a bit. That one was half, so it was super easy, but I can tell still a lot of drag on there. But with my posts, my corner posts, multi posts, you know, I'm not set on calling it multi-post, but probably easier than saying post 1 and post 2. If somebody wants to come up with a better name for it, you know, let's hear it. But anyhow, my 2 multi-posts, one on this side, one on that end, you can still, but I know when I put this whole reel out with a multi-post on each end, I have to walk the first line. So that's 1,400 feet. See, there we go. That's about how it was right at the get-go. And I'm like down to maybe 1.5 lines. And you should see, you can tell my favorite heights, or the heights I should say I use, because it's got like a wear on all those posts. Those posts are quite a few years old. And you can see all the elevations that I use. You got some serious wear. So I didn't think I'd be able to do that, but it's only, I don't know, 200 feet. So that wasn't a very good demonstration, I guess. You get the point.